Afternoon, everyone. I'm Wang Huanhuan. Today, my topic is Connectivism, a learning theory for the digital age. First, let's go on. Let's look at the contents. The first one is what is Connectivism learning theory? Notes and links in Connectivism, some principles of Connectivism. The first one is what are the pros and the cons of Connectivism? The last one is how can we apply Connectivism in the classroom? First, let's go back to the history of Connectivism learning theory. Originally as an idea, but not as a theory. Connectivism and networked learning first appeared in the 1970s when Ivan Ilk presented his idea on deschooling education and encouraged a movement towards student-centered, socialized learning opportunities. In deschooling society, he says, a good education system should have three purposes. It should provide all who want to learn with access to available resources at any time in their lives. Empower all who want to share what they know to fight those who want to learn it from them. And finally, furnish all who want to present an issue to the public with the opportunity to make their challenge known. However, George Simmons is regarded as the founder of Connectivism theory. He defines the theory as a learning theory for the digital age. According to Simmons, Connectivism presents a model of learning that acknowledges the tectonic shifts in society where learning is no longer an internal individualistic activity. Connectivism is a theory of learning that takes into account the way how learning is influenced by the new learning technologies. Connectivism is the integration of principles explored by chaos, network, and complexity and self-organization theories. Learning is a process that occurs within numerous environments of shifting core elements, not entirely under the control of the individual. Learning can reside outside of ourselves. It is focused on connecting specialized information sets and the connections that enable us to learn more are more important than our current state of knowing. Connectivism is driven by the understanding that decisions are based on rapidly altering foundations. New information is continually being acquired. The ability to draw distinctions between important and unimportant information is vital. The ability to recognize when new information alters the landscapes based on decisions made yesterday is also critical. What are the nodes and links in connectivism? Nodes carry different names in other disciplines, elements or in entities. Regardless of name, a node is any element that can be connected to any other element. A connection is any type of link between nodes. Learning happens when we make connections or links between different and diverse nodes of information. Students are nodes in a network. Various factors influence the capacity of nodes to form connections. Once a network has been established, the flow of information can move from one domain to another with relative ease. The stronger the connection between nodes, the more rapidly information will flow. Make and maintain connections constantly to form and update knowledge. Virtually any element that we can scrutinize or experience can become note. Thoughts, feelings, interactions with others, and new data and information can be seen as notes. The aggregation of these nodes results in a network. Networks can combine to form still larger networks. A community, for example, is a rich learning network of individuals who, in themselves, are completed learning networks. Connections are the key to network learning, yet not every connection has equal weight and influence in the entire structure. Connections can be strengthened based on a number of factors. First one is motivation. Learning is a process of encoding notes and forming connections. Motivation determines if we are receptive to particular concepts, as well as our desire to foster deeper network connections through the items listed below, such as reflection, logic, or reasoning. Emotions and how we feel plays a large role in how we value notes and permit the presence of contradictory perspectives. The third one is exposure. Repetition is an excellent way to strengthen connections. A node, a node grows in popularity as more nodes link to it. Ideas that link strongly to other ideas are quickly integrated into the network. Patterning is one of the most significant elements of learning. Patterning is the process of recognizing the nature and the organization of various types of information and knowledge. The shapes created by these structures will determine how readily new information can be made. Logic is an ingrid connection of forming tasks, evaluating and recognizing patterns between different concepts and network elements. Experience is also a significant aspect of network creation. A great deal of our learning comes through informal means. Experience is a catalyst for both acquiring new nodes and forming connections between existing nodes. Learners who graduate from university or college often have the information and knowledge nodes, but connections themselves do not form fully until the learner is active within his or her field. Experience in this sense is largely a facilitator of connection forming. Here are Simon's 8 principles of the connectivism learning theory. The first one is learning and knowledge rests in diversity of opinions. Internet gives everyone chances to voice opinions on a given topic, and Simmons stated, learning comes from diverse opinions. The first important thing is to create free and civilized environment or structure of sharing ideas or debating, such as Wikipedia. Meanwhile, providing accurate and complete information to learners is the target of this environment or structure. The second one, learning is a process of connecting specialized nodes or information sources. The ability of connecting data and information sources and finding what you require is the meaning of learning in the information world. The third one, learning may reside in non-human applications. Computers are learning from users to solve conveniently for them, and at the same time, learning this kind of information can create new outcomes, which will make teachers and students invigorated. The fourth one, capital to know more is more critical than what is already known. think critically about what they already know and why they believe they grasp and understand it by making use of the wealth of knowledge and information. Fifth, nurturing and maintaining connections is needed to facilitate continual learning. Repetition is an excellent way of strengthening connections. A new collaboration era is here. A healthy collaborative atmosphere needs work and care to create, nurture, and maintain. The ability to see connections between fields, ideas, and concepts is a core skill. Here, for teachers, they should encourage students to raise questions and share their teaching materials to make students work out deeper problems and apply new concepts. Currency is the intent of all connectivism learning activities. And the last one, decision making is itself a learning process. Choosing what to learn and the meaning of incoming information is seen through the lens of a shifting reality. While there is a right answer now, it may be wrong tomorrow due to the alterations in the information climate affecting the decision. Here, what are the pros of connectivism? With the use of connected tools, individual can make well use of their personal academic learning time. If individuals feel like learning something, connectivism helps them to have the access to the sources immediately. In connectivism, flexibility in learning is provided in the best way. The second one, connectivism has a major role in learning to learn, as they can learn more effectively and become learners for life. It helps individuals to know how they prefer to learn and their learning strengths, how they can motivate themselves and have the self-confidence to succeed, how they can improve their memory or make sense of complex information because learning is not compulsory. They can learn from one another, and thus the theory serves as an excellent model for lifelong learning. Still, there are some cons of connectivism. Getting addicted to technology and thus getting isolated from social life. In this case, it can be harmful for the individuals as they prefer virtual reality whenever they have problems in society and life, so that they will try to avoid the real world by hurrying into the virtual and technological world. Connectivism should be limited to the extent we need, because if we let them penetrate into our social and private life, there will be no more personal space for us. So how can we apply connectivism in our classroom? The first one, we need to introduce more opportunities for digital learning, like online courses, social networks, and blogs. And the second is for teachers. They should respect diverse talents and ways of learning and give high expectations to promote students' active learning. Encourage contact between students and faculty so that students can get promote feedback to cooperate and discuss with classmates. Give students chances to fight, explore, correct, and learn. Here are some questions for you to answer. The first one is, what do you think of connectivism learning theory? The second one, will you use connectivism learning theory in your classroom and why? The last one, how will you apply connectivism in your classroom? Okay, this is our topic. Thank you.